Hello to all my knights and queens of the world. You already know who it is. It's Mr. Royal Diamond, aka Mr. RoyalNieves, coming back at you with another incredible live stream. So let's get into it. Excuse me, I just woke up from a nap. Made me some coffee, kind of wake up a little bit because I was tired and sore. Because, I did truck today at my job and was hitting it hard, had to get it done. For some reason, I felt a little sore today. I don't know if because I was like, boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? And just da, 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 da. Gotta get things done, keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? I have a team that I gotta be in charge of and be part of and motivate. And sometimes it may not be easy, but we do what we gotta do. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my live. I appreciate it. Your boy. Hello. And so let's get into it. So yeah, so my topic today, what we're gonna talk about is great. I completely forgot what I was gonna say. My God. um, greatness starts with a choice. I think that's what I put. I forgot what I said. I think it was like greatness something. It's basically, greatness starts with a choice. There's greatness within you. It starts with choices you make day by day and how you follow up. You know what I mean? And everybody, vision and path to greatness is it's different. And greatness is basically you becoming the person God created you being. You following your purpose. You following your own light. It's not determined by someone's opinions or inability to see the value that you are, the worth that you are, and what you bring to the table. There's so many of you out there that settle for like bare minimum basic things because you haven't found your purpose or your calling or your light. You know what I mean? Sometimes we tend to do too much. We tend to apply people's opinions or people's point of views in our life thinking that that's who we have to be or we have to become. You know what I mean? So I was just talking to God earlier to think about like what to talk about in my life. So that's one of the topics I want to talk about. That sometimes like, greatness happens when you choose to do what is right. You stay firm in your morals and your values, and you don't let nobody knock you off your game. You get what I'm saying? That you continue to strive for these things in your life. However you want to look at it. You know what I mean? Like whatever you want for yourself or your family, your loved ones, you got to keep pushing forward to that. It begins with choices. Everything. You either choose to be great or you choose to be bare minimum. You know, and it's okay however you want to look at it or how you want to live your life. But for me, I want to live my life the way God created me to be, the purpose He has for me, the visions He's had for me. You know what I mean? Because my life is not my own; it belongs to Him. He gave it to me. So there's a reason why He gave me life. He gave me purpose. There's potential within us. There's great potential within all of us. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we tend to sacrifice our worth, our values, because we really don't know what that is for us. You know what I mean? You tend to hang with the wrong crowd, end up doing drugs, doing things you're gonna regret. Kind of being like a wild child or a wild person. You like have this mentality like you don't care and you're just gonna settle and da da da. You know what I mean? And oftentimes it's like that's not a way to be. That's not a way to go carry yourself or how to envision your life. You know what I'm saying? Like I just started, there's so many people coming up now. You know what I'm saying? Like we're all like, like the next generation, the generations before us and after us. So since we have the opportunity right now to have that power to create change, to implement a new way of seeing, a new way of doing, we need to understand the power that we hold, the power that God gave us to do great and mighty things. You know what I'm saying? And that started with one person at a time, one heart at a time, one random act of kindness. You know what I'm saying? So it's like sometimes we tend to forget that. We tend to forget the value that we are and how precious we are. There's only one virgin of us that will ever live. Like there will only be one of you. And how incredible and beautiful that is. You know what I'm saying? So you just can't keep sacrificing what you possess. You know what I'm saying? The potential, the greatness, the light that you are. Because sometimes people need your light in order to see their light. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's the way you carry yourself. It's the way you word things. It's the way you see things. It's the way you treat other people. And sometimes like and there's oftentimes a lot of things in life that people tend not to tell you, but a lot of people look up to you, they admire you, they want to be like you, and we need to be mindful of that. Sometimes we tend to forget because we get caught up in our own emotion, our own mental garbage, and our own lives trying to do all these things that we forget that there's people secretly wanting to us to succeed, to really stand firm in what we believe because it's an inspiration to them. You know what I'm saying? Just like, we have the power to give back, and why not give back something that's gonna last forever? You know what I'm saying? When people talk about you long after you're gone, what are they saying? You know what I'm saying? Are you the one that's in the history book they talk about 20, 30, 50, 100 years later? And the impact you brought, the impact you gave to others. You know what I'm saying? You have the power to make someone feel important and valuable and loved and wanted. There's so many people out there that secretly wants that validation or that truth. You know what I'm saying, within themselves. Sometimes people just want someone to believe in them. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we don't realize these things because it's just feels like now we just like society or just people became this me mentality, like what's in it for me, what can I get out of it? If it's not going to benefit me, I'm not going to do it. But that's the wrong way to think about it. You know what I'm saying? Because what happened if God is waiting for you to help who he called you to help, and then you will be blessed? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a blessing behind a blessing when you honor God in your ways, when you take care of his people, when you carry yourself the way he wants you to carry yourself. There's a reason why there's a lot of spiritual teaching in the Bible. And I tell people that no matter how you look at life, it will always go back some way, somehow to the Bible. It coincides. You know what I'm saying? It's God. He created all of you for a reason. He didn't create you to fill up empty space. God does everything with a purpose in mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a reason why you exist. No matter what background you have, no matter what you're going through, no matter what you've been through, people don't determine your worth. God does. And if you don't know what that is for yourself, then I suggest you start talking to him and find that for yourself, because that's how I did it. I didn't know my what you call that, my self-worth, my value, understanding these concepts within myself, my integrity, my morals, my values, all this stuff I got from God. You know what I'm saying? We tend to think that we have to do all these different things or hang out with certain people and all this mumbo jumbo that trying to get some kind of status. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy to me. So many people do all this crazy stuff just to feel like they belong, to feel like they're important. But I'm like, you already have that in abundance. You just got to tap into that. You got to see that for yourself. You got to align yourself with God, and he will open your eyes, your spiritual eyes. You get what I'm saying? He will open your mind and be like, listen, and then you start seeing and you start feeling, and you start getting closer and closer to God, and you be like, wow, God created me for an incredible thing. Just like all the people he called upon and back in the day, you know what I'm saying? In those times, biblical times, he called these people to be leaders and way makers and transform humanity and the world and history. And it started with one person to lead an army of God's people. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how important you are. That's how valuable you are. Sometimes people get intimidated by, like, these titles or these things God is calling you to fulfill. But I'm like, there's beauty, there's life, there's purpose. You know what I'm saying? It's just like if he's telling you to be um like a doctor or a lawyer, or he's telling you to help someone or the neighbor or however it may be. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? And then you don't realize the blessing that's waiting for you. You know what I'm saying? The blessing that's right there. Or you go out of your way, even when you're hurting, even when you don't feel like it. And then it's like when you take care of it, when you take care and serve God's people, in return, he take care and serves you. You know what I mean? Like, he take care of you, he provides for you. Next thing you know, you're not thinking about what you was feeling, what you was going through. And a lot of times I feel like people just don't take themselves seriously. That's why they don't take what they do seriously. And that goes in many levels, like the way you would think, the people you will entertain, the things you will read, the things that you will eat, how you carry yourself at work, how you carry yourself in your business. There's a lot of people that want to start their business, want to be entrepreneurs, and they gain success and stuff like that, but in the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? Like, their character, their who they really are is not in alignment. Yeah, you got the success, but at what cost? It flees from you because you don't know how to maintain and keep it respected by your character, by the way you present yourself, by the way you genuinely care for people or how you there for people. If God puts you in these high places, it's for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Even when it becomes like hard or overwhelming, you know? So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes, like, especially when it's like when you're by yourself, and just like now, it's like almost 9 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? These are the times a lot of people are getting ready to go to bed, or this is the time people are just by themselves in the room, and it's like, what are you exactly doing? How are you feeling? How are you thinking? Are you just letting thoughts just fill your mind, or are you directing your mind? Are you directing the thoughts? Excuse me. Are you asking God to cleanse your mind, cleanse your thought, redirect your thoughts? You know what I'm saying? Because it all starts in your mind. Whatever's up here is what becomes of your life. You know what I'm saying? Because it's influence absolutely everything. It influences what you see, what you will speak, what you will eat, what you consume, how you feel in your heart, how you feel in your spirit. It affects the way you will sleep, how you treat other people. You know, it goes into layer. A lot of people want to play it off like, oh, that's just, but when you really go back and look at it, it's like you will find the answer in what you're doing on a daily basis. You know, it's just like if you keep saying you're tired, exhausted, always complaining, then that becomes your life. You're always tired, you're always exhausted, and you just feel just like drained and bitter and upset and angry because you keep speaking these things. You know, biblically, there's life and death in the power of the tongue. What is that telling you? Either you give life and prosperity by the way you speak and the way you think and how you interact with other people, or you give death. Death, like death to your dreams, death to your positivity, your energy, your light, your love, all these things. It goes inside. You know what I'm saying? It's a chain reaction to a lot of things. Just like when you think of a positive thought, how incredible do you feel? How energized do you feel? You know what I'm saying? And not only that, but when you actually do what you say you would do, how amazing do you feel? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm gonna, tackle the day. I'm gonna get bang, bang, bang done. By the time the day is over, and when you look back and you did what you said you was gonna do, how amazing do you feel? You know, just like right now, like you could before you go to bed, you could put some instrumental of like nature sound or music, and allow yourself to be calm. Allow your mind to be clear. Allow God to take these things, leave everything at His feet, and you walk in His peace. Another biblical statement. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a reason why he's telling you these things because Christ himself lived this life. He knows what it is. This is why he's telling you all these things in his word. This is why he told those people to write all these things in the Bible to pass down this incredible knowledge to empower and bless and really transform his people from the programmation of society or humanity from the world. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't realize these things until they actually get an epiphany and be like, oh, snap, this is what God was telling me this whole time. This is what He was trying to teach me this whole time. You know what I'm saying? Too often people want to be oblivious to things, like everybody just like excuse me, this is like just like you don't want to waste your you don't want to waste too much time in things that's not propelling you forward or helping you to cultivate incredible habits or mindset or things that you want out of your life. You know what I'm saying? You only have one life to live. Why not give yourself the fighting chance that God already gave you, that you need to give yourself to progress in life? You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to keep always complaining and always struggling, and just like the people who be like, what do you call that, trying to live a high lifestyle on a bare minimum budget. You know what I'm saying? Like people just want to pretend like they're all down a bag of chips and wasting all their money on trying to create this kind of status that it's just not there yet. You have to find a habit that will get you there. You have to become the person that will get you there. It just doesn't happen overnight. You have to put in the work. You have to fight for these things. You got to keep pushing yourself forward, And I'm not saying it's gonna be easy, The journey of becoming is never easy, but it's worth it. When you find the purpose of why God is taking you through your journey, then that's why it will help you become the person He created you to be. And sometimes you may not feel like it, but it's not how you feel, it's what's right. Just like earlier, I was kind of like, yeah, I wanted to do my live earlier, cause go live today. And now, I was tired. I was like, let me take a nap. Then I woke up, and then sometimes your own thoughts would tell you, oh, it's getting late. Oh, this, or trying to discourage you, but you can't let the enemy within win. You got to know, like, no, this is what God called me to do. I have to stay consistent. I have to stay on it. I have to push, push, push. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where the blessing lies. Because little do you know, for me personally, when I do this gives me a lot of energy. It gives me a lot of joy, a lot of peace, a lot of serenity. And I would have never known this if I haven't done what God was calling me to do. You know what I'm saying? Like because I would have never done any of this. Like this is I was always like a shy person in some sort. I was always kind of very conservative. Like I was just to myself, minding my business. I didn't want to let too many people in because of what I've been through. You get what I'm saying? But sometimes you gotta stop being afraid and step into your light, step into your purpose, step into your calling. This is what I mean. You know, there's so many people out there who can, for instance, they can sing, and boy, they can sing. But then they're so afraid, or they've been judged, or kind of beaten down. They don't pursue these things that God gave them. Not only that, there's many gifts in the way you talk, the way you walk, the way you carry yourself, the way you view things, the way you put things together, the way you take things apart, how you treat other people, how you treat yourself, all these just many talents and gifts that God gave us outside the scope of like talents for like singing or drawing or basketball. And I'm not trying to downplay those talents, but I mean there's a lot of things that are within you that God gave you to fulfill the purpose He has over you. You know, you have to believe in yourself and believe in your own greatness, even when nobody else sees it or believes it. You know what I mean? Give yourself the fighting chance you deserve. I keep playing with this. I have like a little scab right here. I'm trying to get a pick at it. But yeah, you know, but forgive me. Happy, what's today? Happy Tuesday night. God bless you. I love you. How's everyone feeling? How we doing? What are we doing? How was your day at work? I hope you had a successful and amazing day at work. I hope you had some joy, some laughter, some good moments. You know what I'm saying? You have the power to direct how you want your day to go. You know, you don't have to just drift through your day or whatever. You know, you can have some fun, some excitement, get some energy going, get a little groove in your step. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. It's Tuesday. We're doing our thing. We're doing our thing. We're moving and grooving. We're shaking and baking, baby. Shaking and baking. And sometimes, you know, you might be tired doing it. You might be afraid doing it. But the point is keep doing it. Because it's all worth it at the end of the day, you know, to be able to say that I fulfill what God called me to do. All I'm saying. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? So I got that, you know what I mean, Jelly Bean from my sister. She always saying that. God bless my sister. God bless our family, man. Like just make time for them. Have fun with them. Make new memories. You know what I'm saying? Do something wild, crazy. Don't hurt nobody. But you know what I mean? Just go have some fun. Do your thing. Handle your business. And then mind your business. I make some coffee. I don't know. And it's like I don't know if it's like the coffee they're making now, but I feel like it has such a roast to it. Like, you know what I mean? When you go to Dunkin' and stuff like that, or like Starbucks or a coffee shop, that aroma, but now you taste the aroma. It's not like you smell it, but then it's just like it's just sugar and milk. You know what I mean? Mm, mm, mm. I gotta let coffee go, man. I be drinking too many cups. Lord have mercy. But it just tastes good. I don't know. It's just just the roast. So, you know what I'm saying? You should have that and just give you that life, like boom, ready to go. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, Lord. My God. But how we feeling? How we doing on a Tuesday night? Are we feeling good? Are we feeling good? What is? I think I put. I'm trying to figure out my title. I think I put strive for greatness or striving for greatness. You know, and I get it because you know something like we try our best and everything, right? And sometimes like for me, like I be like trying to do my best, you know, I want to honor God and do things right and justly, like the way God wants us to do it. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes like you be tempted to be like kind of like and you know, and just in the scope of things. But you know, then they like it feels good when you do it the right way and do it the proper way and take your time. You know, because great things takes time to build. You wouldn't want a house that has a shaking foundation, right? You wouldn't want a house that is like falling apart. So you appreciate and be grateful for the people who take the time to build a house properly, because then it's like, wow, this is a house worth buying or investing into. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Who is that? Vanessa. Hello, Vanessa. Hi. Welcome to my live, chilling in the sky. You know what I'm saying? So I love my friends. God bless them. There's so many people that I know, like growing up and going to school, and that we still cool with. You know what I'm talking about? There's just a certain few that you met years ago, and every time you meet them, it's like you never left them. Like you guys never left. It's always the same love, the same energy, the same respect, which is more refined. You know what I'm saying? So fine. You know what I mean? But I appreciate your friends too, because sometimes I feel like people are not friends like they used to. You know what I'm saying? Like, make sure you take time to be there for them, talk to them, have their backs. Sometimes in life you will meet like very few people who are real friends, like people who just actually want to be there and talk to you, grow together, build together, and like have your back and you have theirs. Sometimes, because all those things are a real relationship. They take time to build. They take time to invest in and grow and nourish. And don't let outside noise interfere with the blessing of having real friends. There's people out there who really have like friendship that last 30, 40, 50, 60 years. Like, word is bond type of thing. That's my era growing up. Your word is bond. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got your back, you got my back. For me, when I said that I'm your friend, I'm like, I'm your friend, not like one of those temporary friends or fake friends, but like, you know what I mean? Like, know your worth, stand on your worth, you know what I'm saying? 10 toes down, handle your business, you know what I mean? So that's all I'm saying, Tito. I don't know, I keep playing with this, my God. Ugh. But how we feeling? How we doing? Talk to me, America. Talk to me, my knights and queens of the world. Speak to your boy. Speak to me. You know what I mean? Uh, I know that's right, Vanessa. You better tell them. Those are the ones that matters the most. I know that's right. You better tell them. Tell them. You know what I mean? That's who matters the most. It's true. It's very true. It's the ones that really stood by you, that checked up on you, that have your back, that hanged out, that you know what I'm saying? Like you may not have a lot, but you gave what you have. You know what I'm saying? And that means a lot. When you barely have and you're choosing to give what you have and really, I know that's right. You know what I'm saying? You choose to give, that means that's real loyalty, real love, real respect. You know what I'm saying? Real respect is when like you respect them even when they're not around. When people try to gossip or kind of, you know what I'm saying, throw dirt on their name and be like, you know what, like you're being fake because you constantly saying stuff about this person instead of saying to their face. If you have a problem or you want to address something, then how about you build the courage to pull them to the side and talk to them? Because all this huffing and puffing you're doing behind their back is unnecessary. And for you to be a real friend and sit there and entertain this kind of stuff, you're fake. You know what I'm saying? If you're not saying nothing, you just constantly, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes you have the power to change that. Like, you know what, like what you're doing it's not right. If you really feel some type of way, then just talk to them. Because it could be a misunderstanding. It could be a small thing too. And also don't break up a friendship over something that you can forgive each other for and move past. You get what I'm saying? A lot of times people tend not to learn for what forgiveness is and letting things go and really build something. And when you know if you messed up and someone forgave you, respect that they forgave you. Don't take it for granted. Keep doing the same thing and make excuses for this. I know that's right. I know that's right, Vanessa. You better tell them. 23 years strong. I know that's right. You see what I'm saying? You gotta love, respect, and be there for one another. Have their back. Lock in. It's a beautiful thing because as you get older, you realize that you need real friends, like to kind of have your pillar of friendship standing strong, because we all need someone, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, everybody want to be independent, stuff like that, but sometimes it feels amazing when you can just be yourself. And it's not even like a friend, like you consider a friend, they become like your sister, your brother, it becomes family. Like, you don't look at them as like, you look at them, they became part of your own, you know what I'm saying? That type of commitment, loyalty in your friendship, you know what I mean? And man, I had many good times growing up. You know what I'm saying? I was a little wild thing. You know what I'm saying? But not like crazy. But we would just have fun. Like, I would just be the type, like, let's do it. Why not? Like, let's climb a tree, or let's run through the park, or let's roll in the grass, or let's do something kind of like spontaneous. It's just the thrill of it. That's how you create memories. You be like, you remember that day, that time we did this and we did that, and it's just like that's what I miss most. It's just the fun we just had. And it was just like with basic stuff. You didn't have to have much to have fun. Especially growing up. I was just talking about this earlier. Was it today? Was it yesterday? Like we used to just hang out. we just show up to each other's house and just like chill, like and vibe. We used to find each other on the block, and it was never like I'm too busy or I'm too like or like we were the type of friend to go to like your friend's house and convince the parents like, can they come out to play, please? Like, or if they had chores to do, like you help them do the chores so you can hang out with them. Like you would clean dishes or you would clean the yard or you would real friendship, like real you get what I'm saying? Like you would stay up late, you would just have fun, you would play video games and just real stuff, man. Like I don't know how to explain. Like it was such a different energy and a different vibe, man. It was just it was just a good time, man. I miss those days. I don't know, playing basketball on a what do you call it, the milk carts? Do you remember we used to cart the we used to like oh my god, man. It used to be like the pole, the street light pole. We used to put like the crates, the little and try to put like a little, and we try like they think we were mechanics trying to fix oh my god. Or like bikes, you know what I'm saying? When we had bikes and stuff, when with the chain will pop and you try to put it back in there or something, you get your finger stuck in there. Oh my god, thinking that we was mechanic and stuff like, yo, I got you real quick. Turning. Oh my lord. Or you like you used to be like on the pegs and stuff like that. Oh man. It was just I remember an experience. It was funny. It was like me and a group of like our friends, and it's crazy because we used to be friends for like the block. Like if you lived on the street, like the block, you was cool with everybody and their mama. Like everybody knew who you was, you knew who there was, you knew who their parent was, and that was cool. Like it'll be dinner time, and they be calling you over. You be eating, chow chow, meow meow. Something we would eat outside, like you know what I'm saying? Like, well, let me get a little bit of hamburger real quick, cause I'm hungry. You know what I mean? Gotta keep yourself thick and right and luscious. You know what I'm saying? Yes, the world needs more positivity. I know that's right, Monessa. You better tell them, B. Yes. They don't always focus on inspirational since the day I met you. Oh, thank you so much. Mucho amor, mucho amor. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Boop, boop. So this is what I'm saying. Like I was saying earlier in my life, right? If I would have if you let the enemy within win, you will miss out on opportunities to connect. Like with like Vanessa, my homegirl. Boop boop. Shout out. I said Miss Big B. That's what I'm saying. And I would have missed out on this interaction. But this is what I mean. This is why I'm here to do what God is calling me to do. We have to be the light and the positivity. So getting back to my story before I get off track, 'cause I had stories for days. And sometimes like we go through things growing up that's like with your group of friends like that, and you still don't believe to the day like so what was I say? Yes, it was a group of us, and they're like, like I don't know, cool kids on the block, if you know that phrase, calling all cool kids. You know what I'm saying? It was just crazy because you would have like the quiet one, you have the funny one, the outspoken one, the positive one, the one that's always trying to create something, and that was just we will all click like some way somehow. We was always like a group, and it needs to be like it was never the same when one wasn't in the game. You get what I'm saying? Like when you go and you're like, oh, where's this dude, where's homegirl, and we're like, oh, because and then we were all like, it'd be like 10, 15 deep, yo. And we would go to like their house and knock on the door and they'd be like, oh, like, is everything okay? Like, and then the parents be like, trying to figure out, like there's like 15 people at the door looking for you, and she was like, "Yeah, they're my friends from the block." And she was like, "Your friends?" I was like, "Yeah," And then she come out, she like, or he come out, and you're like just dabbing each other up. It's like, "Oh, what's up?" Like we're like, you know what I'm saying, just chilling, vibing, calling it a day. You know what I mean? And their parents be like, "Oh, they got you like that." I was like, "Yeah, we got her. Yeah, we got him. So can they come out and play? Like, what's going on?" You know what I'm saying? And then that's what I mean. Like, it was just such a different time. Like, we would really, if they couldn't come up because of a chore, like I was saying, like we were like, "Oh yeah," and then she had like, or he had like 10 chores. Like we would all do a different chore because we just wanted to spend time with them. You know what I'm saying? We didn't want to miss the opportunity you know what I mean? Like it was just crazy. Oh my god. You know what I mean? But to get back to my story, so story time. Yeah. So in a group of friends, I remember like, And then we would share our stuff too. Like we was never stingy. So like if say like one of our friends like had like 3, 4 bikes, then it would be four of us, riding the bikes. And then if we had pegs or we found pegs, we would put on them. We would have four more that we have one like holding on to. You know what I'm saying? And you would it used to be so cool. It used to be so lit. And so yeah, so one day we got all the kids we got the group, the gang, basically got the gang all together, and then we was riding bikes and stuff like that, and then they was like, oh, and then we was crazy. Like some of these bikes didn't have no brakes, like, and we was literally going down hills, doing all types of we just didn't care. Boy, we was wild. And so I was like, oh, I got a bike that didn't have brakes basically, and I didn't know that you could put like your foot behind the tire and like your shoe become like the brake. So I'm thinking like, oh, that's that is so cool. I didn't know that. So they was like, oh, if you want to stop, just put your, what I'm saying, and we would teach each other how to do different things. Like it was just a different time, and doing this thing, I used to put my I was at my foot, like, oh, thinking that it was cool, not realizing that it's burning a hole, literally burning a hole through my shoe. And I didn't realize it because I'm like, I'm doing my thing, and I'm like, all right. And then how like you kind of glide, you put your feet up, and you're like just just vibing. It was just a time to be alive, man. And and I felt like this this breeze at the bottom of my foot. Oh my god! I was like, this can't got a like this draft's just happening. Boy, when I tell you that stopped, I'm like, whoa! I'm like, yo, there's holes in my oh my god. And then I got a little trouble because my parents, it was like, how do you get holes in the bottom of your shoes? Because it was eating up the rubber. You know how like the tire, when you constantly using it, it eats up the rubber of the tire. Boy, it ate up my shoes, and not only one or two pairs. And I was like, that's what I was like, how come nobody ever told me this stuff? It's like, what? Nobody told me you're gonna like what, we're messing up our good shoes trying to, but that's what I mean. Like we really didn't make a big deal because we was having fun. Like we was making experience, and we would just do things together. You know what I'm saying? Like we will go play tag, hide and seek. What is it? Tag, hide and seek, war. Was it war? I'm like, and we made up games. Like we would made up so many different games with like this like bare minimal things, and have the time of our lives. Like we'll play b-ball together, we'll play baseball together, we'll play soccer together, we'll play dodgeball together, we'll play jump rope together, we'll play hide and seek, tag. I think war. I don't know. Was it Runman? Marco Polo. It was just many different things, like, and we would just have fun. Like, if somebody got hurt, we help each other. Like we was each other like brothers and sister, caretaker, doctors, therapists, we would be there for each other, and we would always stand up for each other. Like say like it was 15 of us, and someone outside the 15 had a problem with someone that, or someone trying to have a problem with like one of our, what I'm saying, so it'd be like, and there'd be like 15 of us, like, oh, what's going on? Figuring, and then we all show up, like, it's like, so what's the problem? Like, why? You know what I'm saying? And it was never like we would try to look for a fight, but we always try to defend our own, and make peace with people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's red light, green light. I seen you move. You cheat. Oh my god. And what you call that? Like we like not looking for trouble, but like we won't stand for trouble because we respected our friends, but we would, stand 10 toes down for our friend, like real stuff. Like we were really, and we had like we kind of cool for Cocoa Puffs, like we was kind of crazy. You know what I mean? Like I was don't let I may be calm, but home dude, it's a different ball game. Like he'll be the one to like, I'm saying swing first and be like, what happened? Like who you but you know what I'm saying? But like we try to be the peacemaker, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, and we always stood on the principle like, if you have a problem with my friend, you have a problem with me, and you don't want that problem with me. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it was. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Hello, Ari. Hello. And we were like, it was real stuff. Like, and and we really faced real stuff together. Like when people would move, like that was just heartbreaking. And we would beg and cry and fight, even try to kidnap them and like, oh, you can live with us. Because you didn't want to, we didn't know. We was just, but our bond was true. It was tight. Like we was just like it was real friendship, like, and it's like people forgot how to be real friends, like real, like, and just have this kind of bond. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just crazy. Then, man, I remember one time. Oh my god, I remember one time, like, it was like the neighbor. So I didn't even. I was a baby. I was like, what? Dang, how did you? Now I'm thinking to the archives. You know what I'm saying? The memories. I don't even know. I know I was young. I was like starting middle school or something like that. I don't know what age that is. I'm not sure. Like whatever. But I remember like I said, we was like we was the type that every time we moved to a different block, we was all cool. Like we knew who lived where and what house, what apartment. We knew everybody's brothers, sisters, cousin. Like we was just cool. And like when someone have a party in the block, like we was there. Like it was just that kind of vibe. Like if you knew, you knew. You know what I'm saying? Like they were like, oh, it used to be so much fun. Like it used to be lit, and it's just like, it was never on some nonsense, but it was just like this energy we had going. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't even get back to my story with the neighbor. Like it was me, my brother, and it was the neighbor, and it was like two girls. I think like two sisters. But I guess like the mom. I guess the mom had a boyfriend, but they was like really abusive. And like growing up, we didn't know what abuse was. Like when people, excuse me, please don't forgive me. It was like you know what I'm saying, like behind closed doors, like it was real abuse, like getting beaten for no reason, getting hit, and like we didn't know. You get what I'm saying? And I remember like we was cool, and sometimes like they would try to like sneak us in and stuff like that. But like it wasn't allowed. But like we was just cool. We was just friends. Like you know what I mean? But like I guess they couldn't have friends. They couldn't be outside. They could. It's kind of like treat them like an animal type of thing. So it was a situation that we didn't know. I didn't know until like after the fact. So that's what I'm getting to, like my story. So it was the neighbor across. So it was like our house. Like we was on the bottom, like the bottom. It was basically like the apartment in the basement. So that's how. And then we had like a driveway, and then it was like the driveway was maybe this big, the space, and it was like the house over that, either the house over that, and it has like 3 floors. But like how the porches in the back connect, and you have like the stairs or whatever. So there was this one night, I forgot what it was. It was like a night, and it was like the room, and you had the window, and then someone like tapping on the window, whatever the case may be. And I remember I snuck out the window because I was like, because I didn't know what's going on, you know what I'm saying? But I recognized who it was. It was homegirl from like the block, whatever. And she came. She was a white girl. I think she was a white girl. I think she was like, yeah, like a blaquita. So basically, she came in and she was like crying her eyes out. Like I don't know what was going on. I was young. Like I was just like, I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on, but I know it was late, and she was like literally banging on my window, and I'm just like, shit. Thank God I was there, because if not, you know what I'm saying. But she came looking for me, and that's what I mean. When you're a real friend, people will look for you. Like when you bring comfort and joy and love, respect to people, they come looking for you. You know what I'm saying? And it's your, like kind of like your responsibility to be there for them, especially as you get older. You know what I mean? So getting back to my story, so I climb out the window, don't tell nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, you know what I mean. So I kind of, I got out the window because it was kind of like, like this was the driveway, so it comes down. So the window was like this way, so I can open the window and kind of, but I had to kind of like, I don't know, like when I get out, like you know what I'm saying, like it's the way it was. It was just crazy. So I got out and whatever, and then it was on the side talking, and she was like crying. I'm looking at her, I'm like, oh my god, what's wrong? Why are you crying? What's going on? Because she told me before, like but I really didn't know how severe things was. You know what I mean? But then she was showing me her arms and stuff like that, and like her mom beat her down with like a spatula, and you see like the spatula imprint like literally on her arms. Like, you know when somebody hits you really hard, like, and it's throbbing, like throbbing, like the imprint of, and I was just like, and I'm like, yo, like what's wrong like with your mom? Like, why is she tripping? Like, and then you know how you get upset because you're trying to protect your friend, and like you will go, you're young, but you're crazy. You don't know like the difference. Like you should about to go all types of Tasmania devil type of thing on someone. You know what I'm saying? Because like she ain't my mom. You know what I'm saying? I'll beat it down real quick. You know what I'm saying? But that was my mentality back then when I was a kid because you want to defend your own. And then I'm like, that right there was such an eye opener for me because I was just like, that's crazy. Like she's really beating you guys like you're strangers off the street. So I don't know if her mom really was like a crack addict. I don't know. She was on drugs. She was dealing with this dude, and it wasn't even their dad. It was like a stepdad, and he used to hit them too. And I was just like, I don't know. I'm sorry. Like I don't know because I'm like she better than me. Like if someone keep attacking me, like my defense mechanism, like I don't. That says a wrap. Like I'm sorry because I don't internalize all that kind of stuff. But I feel so bad for her, because it's like, and she just got. It was just crazy. It was just a lot. And then I don't know what happened. It's just like she went just MIA. I don't know if she ran away or what, but she was just gone. Like we never heard from her again. Like poof. And I was just like from there, I'm like, I don't know what happened. Like, like you should never saw them again, never saw the mom again. Like, I don't know what happened. And God bless you wherever you are. I know it's been a long time. It's been many years, and I really hope you're okay and you're safe and you're sound. Like, and same thing with her sister too. It was just too much chaos, and it's just like if you're going to a lot of if anybody is going to some kind of abuse behind closed doors, please say something, please seek some help, please, there is help for all of you. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with people who struggle with suicidal thoughts. There is help out there for you. Like, if you're dealing with mental illnesses or condition, there is help out there. Never feel afraid, never, because you could be saving a life, or you could be saving your own life. You know what I mean? Or your family's life. So never be afraid to handle your business. You know what I'm saying? Go out there and do your thing. Uh, you know what I'm saying? Gotta do what you gotta do. What you gotta do. Well, I'm from PA, Vanessa. I'm from PA. That's where I'm currently located. PA, trying to handle my business out here. Because I moved from a different state too. Out here and conquering the world, taking the world by storm. Period. 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 Let me stop. It's just. Oh my god, yeah. It used to be so much fun. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't. Sometimes like we sit here and we get caught up trying to build life, and it feels. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes take time to reminisce on the good times you had growing up. Like the Christmas, like the '90s Christmas. Oh my god, I. Ooh, I don't know if it's me or what, but it was just so magical. Like Christmas in the '90s. I don't know. It was just. I read another story time. I remember I had like a flu or something or like an ear infection. I knew I wasn't feeling well, and I remember still like with a fever or yeah, like a fever or something like that, trying to put I remember like the popcorn, like the needle. I wanted to do the popcorn and the needle. I remember that, and sometimes the popcorn would like poof, it would break in pieces. You can't quite get it. I remember the tinsel, the rope of tinsel to go through on the tree. It was like a lot, what you call that? It was like weight to it, and it was kind of like a very light aluminum metal type of thing, if you know what I mean. Like it was just different from what it is now. I remember the little ornaments and stuff like that. It was always glass. It was never plastic. I remember, and it always had like personal design. You know what I'm saying? Like like when they would make them, it was just like, and it was glittery, and it was just just so magical. And the other ornaments, it was like thread that was like weaving like around like the plastic ball, the stars, like it was just, I don't know how to explain it, but it was just so magical. Like the '90s was such a magical time. The music, the energy, the people, the artists, the value system, the food, the camaraderie, it was just it wa I don't know, and sometimes, like, you know how, like, you yearn to, like, to experience that again, you know what I mean? Like, it was just a different time, and it was just so beautiful and so magical, and I thank God I was born in the '90s, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just the video games, the TV sets, the radio, the music, like, it was just different. The cassette tapes, the CD players. Oh, man, it was just such a vibe, like, you don't jam to music, you have a big giant boom box that you had the speaker that connect to it and then disconnect, you know what I mean? It was just man, I look forward to stuff like that. Them things was amazing. Like, you ever see like videos of the '90s, like '90s commercials, the Zuzu pad they call it, like Zoo Pow, be Zoo Pow. It was just different. Like it was just the energy, man. It was just the energy, the people, the we should be like jamming, the music and the instruments. People used to play different instruments and stuff like that. That was live. That was amazing. You know what I mean? What else? So yeah, striving for greatness, and sometimes like your environment will also dictate how great you become. And not only like if you allow your environment to identify or define the greatness for you or how far you will go in life, then you would understand exactly like where you are in life, because sometimes it's like little subtle things that you can ask God to reveal to you, because when you want to become better, you ask God like, Lord, I want to be better, I want to learn more, I want to grow myself, I want to be more like Christ, like. And he helps you with things. He start giving you signs, visions, little videos here and there, little saying, books, podcast, like things will just start showing up and guiding you and where God is gonna take you. You know what I'm saying? So you learn the right habit, mindset, and the right words and stuff like that. And you build character, you build resilience, you build dedication, determination, perseverance. You know what I'm saying? Like like take time to really understand who you are and how God made you. If you don't know, then ask Him to reveal your gifts, your talents, your characteristics, the beauty within. Then cultivate that in developing those habits that you need to become successful in your purpose, but do it in you, like the way you would do it, the way you will go about it, because that's the critical key is you being your authentic self, because everybody dedication, that frame of mind is different for every person, because you might do it with more joy, someone else might do it with more perseverance or more seriousness. Like everybody has their. But yeah, when we come together, it's a beautiful picture, it's a masterpiece. You know what I'm saying? A breathtaking purpose. Yeah, so that's what I mean. So when you go out there and you do your thing, and don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. Don't be afraid to step into your purpose, or into your own beauty or into who you are, especially the younger generation that is trying to find themselves. They're trying to find their identity. They're trying to find their truth, their purpose, their relationship with God. Like we have a responsibility, we have a duty, we have an obligation. If we want to accept it or not, realize or not, we do. We have to guide the next generation and in the right way, in the right direction. Because if it's not going to look pretty for nobody. You know what I'm saying? We need to stop complaining about the generation that came after us and start helping and start guiding and start being there for them. Start structuring them. You know what I'm saying? Like, be a blessing, help other people. All I'm saying. You know what I mean? Gotta do my little woo woo, ta-na-na-na, chilla chillin', what, you know what I mean? Gotta get the woo woo, you know what I'm saying? Chilling with the, you know what I'm saying? Oh Lord, but what was I thinking? Oh my God, it's Tuesday. How's everybody's week going? Cause I did a live Sunday starting the week. We're 2 days into the week. How we feeling? How we doing? Any new habits you're developing? Any new friendships yeah came across? Any new romance, new fling, new bing bing? Yeah, I mean, oh excuse me. Pretty soon I'm gonna start my own Royal Diamonds production. I want to do like a mini series, like mini episodes and stuff like that, and talk about different topics. I want to do my podcast too, and just talk about that. I feel like maybe this is kind of like a little podcast because we talk about different things or different topics. Then again, I want to get someone that actually actually have the same energy and same mindset. That could talk about different things, but be mature about it. We could agree to disagree, or we could just really give our point of view, but it's still love at the end of the day. I want to get my little, little flashcard with my little logo on it. How amazing would that be? Hello, America. Welcome to my show. It is me, the one and only. Da, na, 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 na. And that's like my intro. Confetti. Pow. In the name of Jesus. I don't know. I'm very creative. I let my creative juices just, what I'm saying, like God do his thing. It's just, you know, or like just like what you call it those? A catwalk. Can you imagine like you're like what you call that? The camera's all the way down there and you like catwalking in your intro. I don't know. My ideas, what I'm saying, giving a head start, that's all my ideas. I said it first, so for all of you out there, just keep it, what I mean. But yeah, so how we feeling? I can't wait. I love when people, comment, or they make this more of an engagement, a live engagement, talk to people and really connect with people that we can, like talk and that's what I mean. And it's just amazing that we are able to be this blessing for each other and be there for one another and handle our business. You know what I'm saying? Just handle your business. I know I have so many things. I know I'm 39, 40. Oh my God, I don't even know. I put so much stuff on this calendar. It's not even funny. Who is this? what is this game? I don't even know. Okay, I don't know what that is. Okay. Sorry, my apologies. I'm like, it's a really old phone, but it still works, thank God. And I'm just like scrolling to all the stuff I used to like put on my calendar and my notification and stuff like that. Ah, my God, tomorrow's Wednesday, but like I don't know if it's like people like when you're at work, like when you think about like, oh, you about to go home soon, like you feel such, I don't know, like such a peace in your spirit. I don't, or I don't know if it's just because it's home or because you get to go home, thank God, or like you're about to be done with work. I don't know what it is, but something like I should, like being grateful for even the smallest blessing that God gives you. Like just the fact that, you could just feel that joy of just coming home and just kind of like in your own zone, in your own zen. You know what I mean? Or even a blessing that you have a job or work, or, you're making money, or you're able to go to work and, handle business, come from business and stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like just little things, or the fact that you could be a different someone's life just by a smile, or just by saying something beautiful, or a compliment, or helping out, or just being like a willing spirit to be the vessel God created you to be, so he can move in a way that he can manifest, so his glory could be demonstrated through you. But it's God, you know what I'm saying? Like the glory of God manifesting himself and moving in ways that only he can move. Just like if someone is going through something secretly, like at work that you don't know, and and they probably deep down feeling like, oh, I wish someone like helped me figure this out. And next, a coworker, or even like a customer out of nowhere just was compelled to come and be like, oh, I see, like, you need help with that. Let me help you real quick. Or, and then you'll be like, like you don't know why you felt the need to that, but to them it's confirmation that God heard them and gave them the blessing through you. That's why you got to be like a willing spirit. You know what I'm saying? You'd be surprised, and there's so many people that I don't know. Like as a society, I guess we got so used to of being strong and not letting nobody in, or feeling like not being weak in a sense, that people develop this mechanism that they come off like everything's okay, but yet they're going through real life stuff and like heavy things. You know what I'm saying? Because you would never tell, because they just smile and just, but you don't know what battles they fight. That's why you got to be careful the way you treat other people. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause sometimes, be the inspiration, be the blessing, even when it's hard, even when you're tired. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. You gotta do what you gotta do, and don't be afraid to be a blessing. Because sometimes, like, you will be like, oh, you like you within yourself want to do good and be good, and be the miracle and blessing and the light God created you to be. And something you will have those around you, they don't understand why you constantly going out of your way to be good to other people. Because sometimes they look at it like you're always being good to people, and it's like you're getting nothing in return. What's the point of doing that? And sometimes people will try to take you off that. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming TikTok. Every time I get to almost an hour on TikTok, I need to verify the puzzle piece. Hello, TikTok. Got it. Um, It's doing its thing. But yeah, sometimes you gotta keep handling your business and don't let nobody scare you or make you feel like stop doing what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? Or discourage you from doing it. You know what I'm saying? From like being the blessing or the miracles, because I've been there. Sometimes like you would go out your way, you just a kind person, it's or you just honoring God, and a lot of people won't understand. Like just like people will pass by, like people on the street who need help or who are going through something, and people just keep passing by. But for some reason, you stop and are compelled to say something or say a word or just talk to them or just give them a hug or do something kind, because they're human too. You know what I'm saying? They're just going through a hard time in life. Like, don't kick people when they're down. Okay, let me see. Let me put on my. Uh, Come on, give it to me. All right, verification. I don't know. Try to get this going. All right, there you go. My apologies, everyone. I'm just trying to make sure my live keep going. Hello, Wi-Fi. Period. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my shoulder. I would definitely do my thing because I don't know if it's me or what, but I was so anti. I was throwing these boxes like left and right. Okay, they call me Riz. Hello, welcome to my live. Hello, they call me Riz 67. God, Bella. Big, what's it? Big dog, Nene, T. Josh. Welcome to my life. Thank you so much. God bless you, everyone. Shout out to everyone chilling like a villain, chilling on the vibe. You know what I mean? Who is this? I don't know. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. And pretty soon I'm about to put some music on once I hit an hour on what's it, Facebook? Yeah, an hour on Facebook. I'm put some music on, call it a wrap. Because it's already about to be 10 o'clock, and I gotta get ready for work tomorrow, too. Gotta get up early and stuff like that. So, even when you're busy, make time for your purpose, because, cause God sees that. God sees you're taking it seriously, and He blesses you tremendously. He can trust you with the miracle and the blessing. You know what I'm saying? That's a beautiful thing. Sometimes people get caught up in life, becomes too much program in life that they become numb to like the beauty that they are or the potential they possess or what they